I'm down in Harrisburg today talking with Craig about their automated fuel delivery system.
All right, as you and I talked about earlier, the whole purpose of the automated fuel delivery system is to ensure that producers have fuel in the tank when they need it. Because the worst thing that can happen is you've got grain that has to be picked up, you've got corn that's got to be harvested, and there's a storm coming. The way this works is, if you can see on the tanks behind me, there's just a little dome. That is a radio receiver that communicates to a phone repeater and calls in the level of the tank a couple of times a day. That information goes to a big computer in Inver Grove Heights, which then schedules deliveries with our 7,000 gallon RFD trucks.
So last October we were on a fuel shortage a little bit here in South Dakota. So how do we know that your RFD system will have enough fuel and not run out?
It's a good question, and we had more than a little bit of a problem last fall, and it's going to be worse this coming fall. There's going to be twice as many rigs operating in North Dakota, and that is sucking just huge volumes of fuel into North Dakota, and they're coming this far to get it. And the way that we secure the supply so that we know these tanks are full is we have entered into additional agreements with the pipeline that service the Sioux Falls area and northwest Iowa. We're adding well over 1 million gallons of storage. Along with that is the fact that we have the largest fuel transportation business in the upper Midwest. We have trucks available, and last fall we were going to places like Kansas City, Des Moines, Iowa, Roseville, Minnesota, bringing product to our producers.
So it's great that you're using all this technology to deliver the fuel, but it sounds kind of expensive to me.
The technology is somewhat expensive, but one thing that you have to take into account is we no longer own trucks or storage facilities ourselves. We don't have to bear the cost of inventory shrinkage or price change, so we're saving a boatload of money there. The trucks that do deliver are 7,000 gallon trucks, so through the volumetric efficiency, it's much cheaper per gallon that they deliver than we used to be with our small trucks. In our pricing, we have 3 different ways that you can price the fuel. You can contract, and at that point you would just be billed each month for the fuel you use and you'd pay the contract price. You can pay when the fuel is delivered, but that's not the most efficient. The best way to use the system is each month when you pull fuel out, you'll be billed the average of each day's price times the number of gallons that you've used. And that average daily pricing really removes a lot of fluctuation. The market can move a dime easily in a day anymore. And so this way you never think, geez, I bought fuel yesterday and now it's down 12 cents. You never hit the home run the other way, but it just levels out the peaks and valleys.
And I only pay for what I use.
And you only pay for what you use. Another reason that's really important, this time of year, people are hesitant to tap into their lines of credit. You know, they've had to buy their crop nutrients, and they don't want to spend anything until they have to because they don't want to pay interest longer than they have to. In this case, the fuel is there ready for you to use, but you're not going to get that first bill until the middle of May, due June.
That's nice.
That's a wonderful thing.
Well, thanks, Craig. So we also stopped at the Harrisburg School District and are going to talk about their bulk system.
As we talked about earlier over at the farm, one of the big advantages of this system is ordering is done automatically. Here there's 27 different drivers that come and pull fuel out. None of them are going to remember to say, oh, by the way, the tank's empty. This way there's always fuel for them whenever they pull up to the tank.